Hello and welcome to Random Number Generation Episode 6 Dragon Warrior Randomizer here on GDQ Hotfix. I'm Skybilz, I'll be your host, and tonight we will have Game Boy F9 and Amazing Toaster racing with Z-Man and the Seawolf one on commentary. A few reminders and announcements before we start. Remember that GDQ Hotfix, as well as Random Number Generation, is brought to you by viewers like you. If you are enjoying the show and all of the other great shows we have on GDQ Hotfix, the best way to support is to subscribe to the GDQ channel. If you have Amazon Prime, remember that you do have a free sub if you have not used it yet. Consider using that sub here if you have not already to support the show. Thursday is World War Z on the first step, 7 p.m. Eastern with Keyzeron and Hobbs. That's going to be a good one. Learning with Liz will be on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, we have Wild Animal Sports Day. The 4 runners that will be running this at AGDQ will be running their other games starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. Frame Fatale game submissions are open from now until January 14th. And you can find more info at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. And without further ado, hello, y'all. How y'all doing here?
We're good. We're good. How about yourself?
Not too shabby.
Y'all sound kind of nervous. I do hear that this Dragon Warrior Rando can go off the rails quite a bit, and I'm looking forward, because I've never seen this before, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this. So, without further ado, we ready for the countdown? I don't want any false starts here this time. No, yellow penalty flags or anything like that.
I can't do the 5-yard penalty. Oh, okay, fine.
No.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm set.
We'll talk more about that in a second. All right, get ready, racers. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Yay!
Hey! Yeah,
All
Game
right.
Boy Game Boy wanted to, if there was a false start, run on the other side of the room and run back. I believe it was 5 yards.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's
basically
a false start, right?
Torch.
So we should probably do some introductions here before we get going. When you hear the voice that sounds like Kermit, I am Z-Man. With me and as commentator is Seawolf. Seawolf, say hi.
Hey, everybody. What's shaking?
And then we have our 2 runners, Game Boy F9 on the left.
Hey, how you
Hi.
doing?
And Amazing Toaster.
Hi.
So I guess we should probably talk about what's actually being randomized here first off. And as you can see, neither one of our runners kind of sort of look like the Dragon Warrior character that you're used to, called Erdrick or Loto, depending on your translation. As you can see, Game Boy F9 is one of the ghosts from Pac-Man, and Amazing Toaster is the dog from Dragon Warrior 4. So Seawolf, why don't we start by talking about a little bit what's being randomized here?
All right, Dragon Warrior Randomizer. What is randomized? So Dragon Warrior, the game has enemies spaced away from the castle and progression of difficulty and danger. Treasures are in faraway spots and buried in caves. We said heck with that, whenever we want to. So close to the castle, kind of safe. A little farther away, a little less dangerous. At that little spot there, about 2 zones out, it's total crapshoot. Anything goes. And now with the newest version of this randomizer, treasures are now not as locked in place even as before. So you may find treasures anywhere, basically.
Yeah, indeed. And as Seawolf did kind of allude to here, right outside the castle, you are going to find enemies that you can, well, more or less, as long as they're friendly, beat. And of course, what do I mean by if they're friendly? Well, see, one of the other things that's randomized here that can really put a kink into our runners' plans here is...
Oh, jeez.
Well, you see, these enemies don't have their vanilla move sets. You're going to see the, Dragon Lord 2 breath, just the regular, what we call baby's breath, or the spell of hurt or hurt more could be on any enemy. So, you never know. But the one nice thing is that it does look like our runners do have heal more at this point, I think, or at least heal.
Yeah, that's correct. It's heal more. Yes.
Oh, you got level 2?
That's in the game already. Good stuff.
I'm trying to find something to do with this gold.
So one of the other things that is randomized here is the treasure chest too. So in the treasury,
Ouch.
the first thing we saw, oh look, there's a hurt more from a poltergeist on Game Boy F9 side.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was joking before.
Well,
before the
it
race
hurts
started.
a little more.
Yeah, there you go. I was joking before the race started that it's the Dark Souls of randomizers, quote unquote. You die a lot and things are jumping at you, except it's very cliche, and there's Dark Souls randomizer, so that's out. But Dragon Warrior will kill you a lot. We actually track our kills during the tournaments on the tracker layout.
There we go.
Yeah, and it is very common to see kill counts in most runs get up, well, certainly easily into the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 100s. The kill counts can get very high depending on what enemies have what move sets. So right now we're seeing pretty tame enemies for the most part. Outside that one poltergeist that has hurt more, so far we're seeing pretty tame enemies.
I used my torch. One of the new features, we're using the test client for the next version of the randomizer, and if you were paying attention, I killed that scorpion by throwing my torch at him to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you find a skeleton?
No, I found a warlock that I was doing so well, and then it cast heal more, and then, then it immediately casted hurt more after that. So,
I found Gandalf.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, we have our first question from the chat, by the way. Demarine 2 asks, do the character names matter?
Oh, hey, Demarine, how you doing?
Demarine, one of the wonderful members of the Dragon Warrior community, asking a very nice leading question there. Do the names matter? Absolutely, they matter. So what you can see here, Game Boy F9, his name is a small letter F. Amazing Toaster, who I will absolutely favor in this race because his name is a capital letter Z or Z, depending on where you're from. Names matter because there are there are 4 major stats in this game: strength, agility, HP, and MP. 2 of those stats will have quote-unquote favored growth. And which stats have favored growth is completely and totally dependent on the name you choose. For example, Game Boy F9's little f will favor strength and agility over the other 2. Meanwhile, Amazing Toaster's capital Z will favor strength and HP. So at comparable levels, they'll have the same amount of strength, but Game Boy will have more agility and less HP, whereas Toaster will have more HP and less agility. Now, how's that going to matter? Well, you'll kind of see as the seed wears on, and we will make comments on that as we're getting closer to being able to kill the Dragon Lord, because that is the ultimate goal here. The ultimate goal of this randomizer is very much the same as it is in the vanilla game. You have to collect the Stones of Sunlight, you have to collect Erdrick's Token, you have to collect the staff, the Silver Harp, which you have to turn into the Staff of Rain. Once you do that, you can build the Rainbow Bridge to get to Sharlock Castle, where the Dragon Lord resides. And then you can promptly wail away on the Dragon Lord, hopefully. But as we get further along into the sea, we will kind of talk a little bit more about how the names actually matter longer down the line.
So while Z-Man was talking, I have discovered Armored Knights, and they are not friendly, and there's a good chance we'll run into them in the final level, too. So, it's going to be good times.
Yeah,
the old AK-47.
Yep.
I mentioned before, the enemies in the game are spaced out randomly nowadays. Charlock has a set amount of enemies. You won't see all of them at all times, but Charlock has a limited pool of high-class enemies to face in the end of the game.
Yeah, so if you see something like an Armored Knight, which can appear in Sherlock, if you see one of them being potentially, dastardly, then, well, you may know you might have a tough time as the game progresses into Sherlock Castle.
The Armored Knight is the 3rd most dangerous enemy in the game default. Very high agility, high HP, and severe damage. Later in the game, when it swings at you, you might be able to take it better. But early game, if it has any kind of way to stop you or blow you out of the water in one shot, it's probably going to be an automatic kill when it sees you.
What's going on here? What are our runners doing right now? Well, right now they're doing some grinding because they need some survivability, right? They need to be able to kill enemies they come across, maybe in theory, or at the very least run away from enemies. And healing themselves would be nice. They have healing, they have some HP, but not a terribly lot. So right now they're grinding for strength, they're grinding for HP, they're grinding for survivability. And as they survivability increases, they will explore more and more of this randomized world map to find what they're looking for, right?
Yeah, I did since we started with some money, I did a quick search, kind of I looked as far as I could get to within a couple deaths, looking for a town to buy some gear, but I didn't see anything. So
Yeah.
I kind of forfeited that money.
So we have our second question here from chat. This one's from Grandra, who says, someone was mentioning that torches can deal damage now. Any other recent changes being tested?
The big change in this version is the fact that the search spots are much more open in what items can have them. So the search spot in the town of Cole, the search spot in Hawksness, and the world map search spot, they can all have any unique item in them now. Whereas it used to be that those were limited to the flute, the token, and the armor. So the armor can actually be in a chest now too. So it could actually be within Charlotte Cask, which could cause some trouble.
Right. So what are some of these other unique items that we're talking about here? We're talking about, I believe, the Cursed Belt. We were talking about the Fighter's Ring, and Erdrick's Sword now has been added to the pool that may show up on these search spots.
Stones and Harp can be on search spots now too.
Well, oh yes, the Stones and
Curse belts are not a unique item. There's actually 2 of them in the game. So they will not show up on. They won't show up on.
Death Necklace.
Yeah.
As mentioned, all these chests available. There are a few freebie chests in the game. There's a cave with no enemies, the Urge's Cave, which has 1 chest in the bottom. If you go to Mountain Cave or Garen's Grave, 2 of the bigger dungeons, on the first level, there's free access to a number of chests. And if you can get down south to the Garen's Grave and down the Mountain Cave, there's more chests below as well. Again, caves have also a random set of enemies, which can be dangerous or tame comparatively. And but that ability to get more items out of chests, it multiplies the chance to find something good. Because a lot of chests just have herbs or oddball small things, dragon scales here and there. The fact that you can find just about anything in the game now in a chest is good and bad in that regard.
And there's also the vanilla Stones of Sunlight cave, which we call the bonus cave, because you walk in there and there's just basically a chest in there you can grab, and it really has no other use other than to be a nice free treasure chest.
As we're seeing here, level 6 has sleep. So if you can't beat him, come to sleep and run away.
All right, another question here from Tom, who says, what does the G and E stats stand for?
G is gold, E is experience.
Yes.
And then Azada asks, howdy, I missed the beginning, but is that a Pac-Man ghost?
It is. We were actually talking in the green room, and I was like, when Amazing Toaster said he wanted to be the dog, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the ghost, and then we were talking about, oh, Pac-Man, I like Pac-Man. I think that was Skybilz who said that, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll be a ghost.
And I believe the ghost you picked was Inky, correct?
Yeah, that was right.
Inky, Blinky, Clyde, and somebody else.
Pinky and Sue.
There we go.
We're seeing, so on Game Boy side, both level 6, they both have Stop Spell, which is a good way to stop enemies from casting magic, usually. Enemies who cast magic now in the randomizer have their resistances randomized to Stop Spell. So it can save you, it might not save you, but there's a cap to it on the this version here. There are harder versions in certain settings, certain flags where it could be anything goes, and an enemy can have all the spells in the game, or heal more and hurt more per se, and maximum 15 out of 16 resistance is possible. So on standard, it shouldn't be nearly as bearish.
And as you can see over on Amazing Toaster's side, he got the magical metal slime fight, 3 attacks, 3 hits, and 1 dead metal slime.
That was a very nice. That was a very nice slime.
So that vaults him up to level 8.
Oh man, I'm behind.
metal slime.
I happen to notice that we had like 68 strength at level 7. I was like, oh, let's go find a higher zone. So as you step, the first couple zones next to the castle are safe zones that have enemies that go up to the wolf, And then once you step outside of those zones, then enemies get a lot more random in who's in what zone. And so if you get lucky, you can find something like a metal slime, or if you get an early hurt more, you can find something like axe knights and wail away on them to get some XP.
Yeah, I just tried to knock out a stone man, and I was close, but stone man couldn't go back to sleep.
Although there was a cave on Game Boy side. Game Boy, did you get into that cave yet, or not quite?
No, I got stone manned. Well, I had to gamble. Because after I heard the metal slime kill, I was like, yep, gotta gamble on that stone man.
So
the stone man, they aren't worth a lot compared to like the metal slimes or some of the really big monsters, and they're not easy to kill, but they're susceptible to sleep, and that's why.
Oh, and that freebie caves that we were talking about, you just saw it on Game Boy side, now you're seeing it on Amazing Toaster side, is in fact the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight cave, which is normally under Tantegel Castle. Well, this time it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And it has some gold in it. Yay, gold.
Yay, gold.
See, I find a town to spend it in.
Money.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
basically have a good deal of spells, including Radiant, which lets you see inside a cave.
And the cave that Amazing Toaster is in, and the cave that the cave that Game Boy is going to be in a minute, is the Tablet Cave, which is, again, what Seawolf had talked about earlier. It is the cave with no enemies in it, so as long as you know where you're going, it's an easy cave.
But if it's in the dark and you can't see it and you get lost, guess what?
Yeah, there's no enemies.
Forever.
Darn.
Alrighty. Game Boy, your sleep spell's not working out for you too well. It's giving
No,
up the last
no.
second. I will say, for your
No.
level, you're doing a great deal of damage for being a naked man punching monsters to death. You're doing quite a bit of damage.
It's not every day that you have 80 strength at level 8.
That's
No,
kind of
not
insane.
at all.
So that's right. Tom must walk around the world trying to find more goods.
That is one of the randomized things, is that all of your stat growth is randomized. Well, if you choose that option in the randomizer, and we usually do. So having randomized stat growth, you can get into some interesting states where either the game is very kind to you or it hates you. And today it appears that it likes quite a bit, as far as strength growth goes, at least.
All right,
What's
so
your
this
job?
one's more about the software, the randomizer. Tiago asks, is the randomizer every single time you play, does it have the same set of patterns? Or is there a certain thing that randomly puts items in all places? So I think what's being asked here, based on what I'm reading, is there like a pattern to the randomizer, or is it completely random each time? And I think we can extend that to talking about the settings a little bit.
I have not figured out a pattern yet. So if anybody has figured it out, let me know, and that person will probably win the next tournament. So
If maybe the chatter is referring to something like a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, where there is like logic behind where things get placed, and can things be more apt to be in one place or another, or is there a certain logic that the game follows? The answer to that is abso-friggin-lutely not. Anything can be anywhere. Any enemy can have any spell move. It's extraordinarily random, and it is random in its randomness.
And with the increase in the number of things that can be on the search spots, that just increases the amount of randomness. Yeah, it's even crazier than it used to be.
I would also like to give a little special shout out real quick to Ferran Burgundy in chat, and also Amazing Com for Dragon Warrior. Hi, Ferran.
Hey,
Hi,
Ferran.
Ferran.
Good seeing you.
Ferran's one of the best. Hey, a town.
Oh my god, a town.
What?
Oh, it's a town. Oh my god. Uh-oh.
Look, a werewolf.
Except this guy's being a jerk.
We found the town guard. Good job.
And yeah, I found the town guard, and I didn't survive that fight.
Stop right there, criminals.
I was basically out of MP, and he wasn't letting me run away.
Oh, come on. Cast stop spell more often.
So as you can see, deaths in this game happen a lot, and they happen very often at the worst times. And okay, so both Game Boy and Amazing Toaster have looted the Erdrick's, the tablet cave, and they have each gotten a very nice magic key, which neither of them have used yet.
Right.
Oh yeah, I should try that.
It's very shiny, but they want a whole
Yes, you definitely should try that. And I love seeing that werewolf cast stop spell and hurt.
Now, one of the things about the main castle,
Mm.
if you have a key, you can prime the pump by opening the back door to a key shop.
And that's
Right, and
exactly where
then
I'm
Toaster
going.
will be able to grab those 4 chests out of the treasury, which may then lead possibly to one of the major, quote-unquote, major glitches in Dragon Warrior, the chest glitch, which we will explain once either one of our runners get to that point.
Also, if you go south from here, around the edge of the castle, there's a cave down there. Spoilers.
Hey now, spoiler alert.
Okay.
Spoiler.
30 years.
Oh, shoot.
Real quick.
I'll fix that.
Oregon says the tracker does not show keys now, and I remember there was a reason why we didn't feature it. It may have been space or something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember.
How many
I
keys have we
remember-
go?
Yeah, there may have been a reason why we didn't feature them, because I know the tracker is a little bit bigger than this on average. Oh, I think they meant that they weren't selected. Okay, is someone who has a
Oops.
key...
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
this jerk's in my way. I'm pushing the wrong buttons.
Yeah. All right.
We're self-tracking, so
Yes.
this guy won't get out of my
Once you saw
way.
a gold thing that's not like a rock shaped as a flute. Said, okay, that's close enough, and hit it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I hit the flute instead of key.
I've seen the greatest enemy in
And-
Dragon Warrior, the town guard.
The NPC, yes.
Ah,
NPCs are often your worst enemy. Oh, fun! So, but as you just saw on Game Boy F9 screen, and as you're about to see on Toaster's screen, the cave underneath Tantegel Castle is what we affectionately refer to as the Jerk Cave. It is the cave where you exchange your token, your Staff of Rain, and your Stones of Sunlight for the Rainbow Drop. Of course, if you do not have all 3 things, he basically tells you, yo, get out, and literally kicks you out.
All right, so we have 2 more questions here from chat. Azaza says, what is the object of the race? Any % complete, 100% get all the items, something else?
Kill the Dragon Lord.
Killing the
Yeah,
Dragon Lord and getting the ball of light, taking it back to the king. That is Sparkle Bridge.
It's a vanilla ending. The randomizer does have 2 settings. There's 2 other settings to win the game. There's a Three's Company, which you must bring the princess to the Dragon Lord. And what's the other one?
Cursed Princess,
Cursed
Where-
Princess.
where you return the princess to the king with a full inventory, and then the princess will take a cursed belt from your inventory. That one takes a bunch of inventory management, but really the most common way to play this game is the vanilla way. Kill the Dragon Lord, return the Ball of Light to the king.
Okay, I'm not going to get lucky on that fight again.
And then another interesting question about the game real quick. Someone said, Scooty says, dang, did Earthbound rip off these menus or was it the same devs? Not sure about that one. That's a good question.
I highly doubt it was the same devs. Earthbound was made by Nintendo, and this was done by Enix. Now Square Enix, but
Yeah, this is
yeah.
Enix, like 20 years prior.
Yeah.
Not 20 years, but yeah.
Yeah.
HAL
it was about 10 years ago.
Probably
yeah.
didn't borrow Enix's cast off menus options.
No heal more for you, Mr. Warlock. Ha
Hey,
ha ha.
it's Rimmildar.
An Amazing Toaster
What?
has found Rimmildar, the key town. Of course, they already have keys, so it's not that big of a deal. But what do we have here in Rimmildar? Well, there's a little bit of improvement.
There's no weaponry.
There's no,
It's like
well, no, not now. Come on. There's a
There's
bamboo
a weapon.
pole.
I see it.
Yeah, okay, the old whacking stick. We got the old whacking stick.
There's a small shield, and later on, if we can find a place to... Oh,
Ooh, hey.
was a gold grind even possible in the castle? I don't think
think it was.
No.
And Drew Cave downstairs. So nope, no gold grind this race.
Yep.
Actually, I can't say that. There might be an off chance. If you have Garen's grave below Garenham, you do gold grind? Is that enough chests?
No, you get to the exact 8.
You get to the exact 8.
Yeah.
So, to kind of just piggyback off that then, one of the major glitches that we really take advantage of in this randomizer is, so this, as you can tell by the graphics and as you can tell by what we've already said, this is a very old game. So when the developers first, developed this game, they allotted so much memory to opening treasure chests, right? Well, it turns out that once you open 8 the game is only programmed to have you open 8 treasure chests at a time. If you open a 9th treasure chest without visiting the overworld, then what happens is the game doesn't know what the heck to do with it. So what it does is it just pretends you never clear the chest. So you can take that 9th chest over and over and over again. Well, if gold happens to be your 9th chest, or you can manipulate it such that gold is your 9th chest, then you have an infinite supply of gold. And what you can do with that, then if you have place to spend the gold, such as on a silver shield, on a flame sword, or magic armor, you can really arm yourselves to the teeth. Well, problem is, you have to have a gold chest to be able to do that. More often than not, it has to be accessible from Tantagel Castle. So, because there is not that chest accessible from Tantagel Castle, there's not going to be a gold grind.
There's one kind of the crazy one I saw. Nescard and Alley one time did some weird backwards way, and I think there's a swamp cave leading to the back of Garenham. He died somewhere else, and happened to have 2 chests on him. So he went to the swamp cave into Garenham, grabbed the 3 chests, went back to the castle, and had just enough to get the gold grind going.
Yeah, I've done.
Dying does not count as with the overworld. Dying takes you right to the throne room. You're still in a zone per se. So if you die, your chest count remains the same.
Yeah, I've done something similar. There's nothing up there.
Oh, there we go. Ah,
Sparkle Bridge. Nothing.
No, I already checked the Sparkle Bridge. There was nothing there.
So, what are we talking about here? One of the more prominent members in our community, Sparkover, she loves it when a bridge connects to exactly one tile. She loves it so much, we have named such things after her. So if you hear our runners or myself or Seawolf talk about a Sparkover bridge or a Sparko bridge, that is simply a bridge that leads to one tile. And by rule, quote unquote, you have to search that tile. It validates the seed.
Not a valid seed if you don't search a Sparko tile.
Yeah, it's not a rule. It's a sacred obligation.
Right. It validates the seed.
Much
in the same way that checking the last chest in Link to the Past validates a seed, checking a Sparkover tile validates the seed.
It's the other mechanics. Haven't seen a crit yet. I don't think we've seen any critical hits.
I critted an Axe Knight. While you guys were talking about, I forget something.
Well, we've talked about a lot.
I had to stifle myself laughing out loud at that. Oh, yay.
Alrighty. So basically, critical hits. Again, when you attack with the enemies, I believe it's 164. It's a very random chance to just wallop the enemy. I think you ignore all their agility defense, and they just deal a straight up damage hit based on, I think, 0. Be very handy. It kills enemies way above your level. Kills metal slimes 1 shot, guaranteed. But you cannot critical hit the Dragon Lord. So the final boss of the game cannot be blown out of the water by luck. Well, not by physical attacks anyway, by magic possibly.
So, and as you can see over on Amazing Toaster's side, Amazing Toaster just picked up a cannon. He picked up the spell of Hurtmore, which basically now blows this seed wide open for Toaster. Now you can do a ton of damage to enemies and not really have to worry about attacking them. Now, there are some enemies that will resist Hurtmore more than others, but then there are some very nice enemies that can go down into 1 Hurtmore, which is wonderful.
That's not a good enemy.
Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Show me the screen.
Oh, it's the fun police.
Fun police.
Oh,
God, what did I do? I just did something dumb in my menu.
Need the red
So-
dragon.
You ran from the red dragon? How the
I ran away from the fun police.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
AK is going to make me regret this.
Skybilz, you're gonna have to go over to Amazing Toaster's house and search.
Uh-oh.
Gotta look for. I don't know.
Don't worry.
See that thing there?
The subsequent armor knight slept and wrecked me.
Serves you right.
Tell us what you do.
So, to explain what's going on here, the red dragon in this particular game is, we call it the fun police, because generally speaking, when you see a red dragon, the fun generally comes to an end. The red dragon is the highest agility enemy in the game, and thus, very, very hard to run from. Beyond that, then the armored knight is the second hardest to run from. But the fact that Amazing Toaster got away on his first run attempt of the game at a relatively low agility, it further proves the fact that agility is just a number and doesn't actually mean anything in this game, other than defense.
Yeah, a lot of numbers don't mean much in this game. No hurt chance doesn't really matter much. No random chance of encounters on different tiles. Nah, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So what they do is they take your agility and they multiply it from 0 to 255, and they do the same thing for the monster, but it's with their agility, and then whoever has the higher number wins. So, there's my buddy. Yes.
These dragons are broken. I want a refund.
All right, you two. I demand that you remove the horseshoes from wherever you're stashing them and throw them away. Red Dragon is murdering you guys at this point.
Oh, is that what everybody wants? I wonder.
Okay,
I
so-
wonder.
So
if,
the supposedly dangerous red dragons are enforced in the overworld, so you have to be careful. If they're in Charlock, they may get their revenge yet. And since they ran so fast, I don't know what abilities they have. They might have fire breath, they might have sleep. We have no clue.
they might have stop spell and hurt, and we're passing up on a big opportunity.
Come on, stop being a jerk. Let me run away.
Important detail though, the hit points are getting higher, but not high enough to survive. If they run into a Dragon Lord 2 breath from a monster right now, without the Urger's armor to stop it, they will probably die in one shot. Even at this health level they have now.
We
Yeah,
actually
because it looks
have
like their
that.
maximum health is somewhere around 67, 70, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 67 at 9 for me.
67 at level 9. So Game Boy's is going to be a little lower. That 63 number might actually represent his maximum. But an unarmored, un-Erdrick armored Dragon Lord 2 breath can do up to 72 damage on you. So, but as low as I believe 66. So
Well, that's a good magic level.
you know, if Toaster gets super lucky, he could survive one Dragon Lord 2 attack. Game Boy cannot yet survive a Dragon Lord 2 attack.
Yeah, I already had to deal with one of those. Thank you very much. I don't think I need another one.
Yeah, at max health, I can survive a heal 2 breath now.
All right.
As you notice now, our race is having a little more power, a little more durability, heal more and hurt more. So combat is now viable. In a game where you can't dodge, you cannot kill yourself, you cannot deal damage fast in a hurry. Fights are usually pretty short. Now they have some durability to them, so you can start doing more
Oh, nerds.
tactical combat.
Oh, that's a little mean.
There's my revenge.
So
That's the dragon I was
Toasty's
waiting
going to
to
figure this out. So let's see. Armored Knights have Dragon Lord. Well, no,
They have
Armored Knights just
sleeping baby.
Oh yeah,
Sleeping baby
yeah,
breath.
yeah. I saw the baby breath early, but I just saw the sleep on the last time he killed me.
Well, just so you know, red dragons have hurt more now.
Oh jeez.
So that makes red dragons not fun in any way, because now
Well, unless you can stop their spell. If you can stop their spell, then they become a lot more vulnerable.
big if.
Yeah.
I mean-
we don't know yet.
Yeah, it all depends on where they're. Because in addition to statistics, their resistances also get rolled.
Right. So for all we know, it could be 7 out of 16. And as we all know, 7 out of 16 in Dragon Warrior means it's going to repel it every single freaking time.
Yeah, as mentioned before, I mentioned my Dark Souls joke, but Dragon Warrior, Randomizer, if you walk into it expecting to go in scot-free and things go your way all the time, you're not going to have fun. If you know you're going to die a lot and things are going to unfairly cheap shot you over and over again. And eventually you'll get revenge at the end of the seed. Make it a little more fun with it. You can enjoy your process.
Yes, this show that Skybilz wonderfully and ever so perkily hosts is called Random Number Generator. And the RNG in Dragon Warrior Randomizer,
Cruel and fickle.
If you don't know to laugh at it, or if you don't, if you can't just enjoy it for what it is, you're not going to have a good time with this game. But if you accept the fact that you're going to die double digits and oftentimes at the most ridiculous times, then it's actually a really fun randomizer to play and get into. And we have a fantastic community with an upcoming league starting in the beginning of February.
Oh, another town.
Oh, speaking of which, and we always like to take a segment to talk about this. This is a great leeway into this. Tormgard asks, who made this randomizer? Do we want to talk about a little bit about the history of the randomizer, some of the developers, and the community that rallies around it? Any kind of shout outs you want to give to people who are responsible for this?
Well, obviously, we have to give a shout out to the original author of this. That would be McGrew. He's been working at this for what, over 3 years now, or 4 years? I don't know. I've lost track. So, definitely been. He's done like 80 to 90% of this. So, congratulations to him, and
Was there anything
many
else?
thanks. Let's see, who else? I mean,
there's Captain Uhu and the tie-dye guy.
Yeah, that's right. They are responsible for the trackers. You'll see, we have tournament races all the time. They're responsible for the trackers. So,
ooh, we also have real quick, we do have a very important person to give shout outs to in chat on this topic. Zarnax42 is here. Mm-hmm. Hey, Zarnax, thank you so much. That was
the next person I was just about to shout out. We have to absolutely shout out Zarnax42, who is actually responsible for many, if not the vast majority of sprites available in this game. I believe Zarnax has actually created both the sprites on the screen, one of the ghosts from Pac-Man and Tove the dog from Dragon Warrior 4. So I'm trying to think, who else do we need to shout out here?
I want to say Ryu Station actually made the Pac-Man sprite. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know he's been responsible for some of these as well. But yeah.
No, you would.
And we also do need to shout out Game Boy F9, who has done some randomizer developments of his own. He's helped out with this and has also developed the randomizer for the other 3 NES Dragon Warrior games. Dragon Warrior 2, Dragon Warrior 3, and Dragon Warrior 4.
That's convenient.
All right, another question from the chat here. Bamadeus asks, other than randomizers, what kind of other challenge runs or mods do people do for this game?
Oh, yeah. The biggest one is, well, there's a couple. There are when you said challenge, the first thing that came to my mind is something called Challenge Level 5, which is a skin, and it removes all of the numbers from the game until you encounter the Dragon Lord. We did play that once in our standard tournament, and it was hilarious. But the other one that is far more popular, well, maybe not popular, but popular to watch, but not popular to run, is something called Big Swamp Chaos. So that means that 75% of the world is covered in swamp, and also all of the monsters' stats are totally randomized to the point where many of them are impossible to kill early on. So,
for reference, swamps slow you down, have a high encounter rate, and do 1 damage per step.
2 damage.
You have versus armor.
2 damage.
Curses. Anyway, yes. So basically, if you're level 1 with 10 hit points, you have 5 steps to find a monster and win the fight, or you die. Repeat.
And repeat.
Or you can find a lucky bit of either forest or plains that have blue dragons that have 4 or 5 HP, but run away at the drop of a hat, and then you're stuck trying to grind those for 3 hours or so. It's not like I've ever done that sort of thing.
No.
Yeah, if you let hurt yourself with this randomizer, there's definitely ways to make it much more miserable for yourself if you so desire.
Now, I believe there's also one of the challenge.
If CD's in chat, she's apologizing right now, I'm sure.
There is also, I believe, a challenge mode where your sprite is just a clear box, so you can't actually see yourself. All right, everything else is there except for the player sprite. Can't see it. No idea. Now that isn't that big of a deal because you can kind of bump around and feel around, but that's another challenge mode that's out there.
Let's take advantage of this town.
Oh, yes. So back to the date of this. Termgard also asks, so the game was created in 1986, but when was the randomizer ready to release? Do we know how old this randomizer is?
Let me think. I'd say maybe late 2015. This is one of the older randomizers out there.
Yeah, we just had our we just finished our 4th annual, standard tournament, right? So probably 4.5 years at this point. It's right up there with like Zelda 1 randomizer as far as age goes, because those are the 2 oldest randomizers that I know of, the Dragon Warrior 1 and Zelda 1 randos.
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think those are the 2. I mean, Z-Man just mentioned the 2 tournaments that have lasted the longest, Zelda and this one. Zelda beaten us by only a couple months, I think.
And Dragon Warrior is interesting because, again, initially it was vanilla map, a few things there, and then they figured out how to make the map, remake it, and Sancho to make it safe and viable. So the game does build a new map every gameplay, which is
that's the ones I can think of. This one and Zelda 2 also will create a new map on every seed.
Well, and each of the Dragon Warriors now on NES, you can randomize.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
one of the benefits of all the game randomizers is that things are not pictures. Like you can't randomize. You can do for like Earthbound, SNES games like that. You can do like Lost Caves where doors go to different places. But if it's a fixed like image on the game to play with as a map, you really can't do much change to that. With these old games with tile-based stuff, you can really get customized out of it.
There is one more randomizer that doesn't do a randomized world map, but they do procedurally generated maps in a few caves. That's a Final Fantasy randomizer. There are like 4 places where they regenerate the map. So, and counting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, wait a second. There's someone apparently called Mr. Holmes that did a blindfold run? What?
Yes. He did a blindfold vanilla run. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He basically reduced the experience requirements to a third just for a matter of time. And then he put on a blindfold and played the game blindfold. He's actually done that in front of a number of people, yes.
And he is the reigning champion of Dragon Warrior Randomizer right now. He won the 4th annual tournament. I believe, he has bookended Game Boy F9's 2 titles.
Yeah, he knocked me out in the round of 16, so that is, we've been there.
Yeah, between Game Boy and him, I'm not sure why I still play this thing.
And you knocked me out of the tournament, Toaster. So what the heck are you even talking about?
Oh, I had to do that to make it to the bracket. So.
Well, you could have let me in the bracket and to lose to Mr. Holmes.
I didn't make it last year, so.
Oh, another great person to give a shout out to. So, Christora says, my favorite Dragon Warrior 1 playthrough was Ness Cardinality's Human Task one, which Ness Cardinality also has a very, very big name in the community.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
you want to watch a crazy run.
Yeah. I think
go back and watch his manipulated run at AGDQ 2018, I believe.
18, I think. Yeah.
Yep, and he actually step routed Dragon Warrior Randomizer. And it's just absolutely it's if you like Dragon Warrior, it is certainly a run to go watch. Now, that said, you can't step route the randomizer at all because it's random.
It's random. It's very random. Although I will say that there's some people in the Taz community who have looked at the randomizer and are trying to figure out how to get a Taz to be able to just play a random seed, and that's an interesting bit of.
It was like
bit of a
preemptive
question.
engineering.
Yeah, that's news to me.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That would be very fun to watch.
Yeah, we mentioned before about the, is there a pattern or logic to this? If they could find a way to break through the seed and just figure out the order of operations for it, that'd be pretty insane.
But wait, do we even need a task spot? We have Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, good point. Buy organic.
Okay.
Oh, this is a question for both Game Boy and Toaster. Did any of the people racing this game did a blindfold speedrun in general for any type of game?
I have not. I actually like... Oh, that's very nice. I actually like looking at my games when I play them, for the most part.
That's understandable.
I apologize. What was the question?
Have you ever done any kind of blindfolded run of any kind? It doesn't have to just be this game.
Oh, no, unfortunately not. I've done a few regular speed runs, but not blindfolded.
Yeah, those types of runs are rare in the community in general because it involves so much precision and so much time to them. So blindfolded runs are a little more of a rarity, but in terms of randomizer runs, people do a ton of those every single day just to do community races or anything of that sort. Do y'all have a weekly for Dragon Warrior Randomizer?
We have two.
Yeah, Jinx. Yeah, so we have two weekly randomizers. One is on Fridays at 9:00 Eastern.
Nope.
The other one is Sundays, also at 9:00.
Wednesdays.
Nope. Wednesdays at 9 and Sundays at 9.
Yep.
So Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oftentimes you will see that, well, I wouldn't say often, but half the time you'll see that restreamed on something like a Randomania.
Yeah, there's been less of that lately. I think, understandably, there's been a bit of fatigue after the tournament.
Well, that
Yeah,
and
give everyone a break.
And a lot of our restreamers are actually now practicing and running for the league that's about to start in February.
I just plugged that. Did you want to talk about the league a little bit?
Sure. So what it is the league is, well, it's a league of Dragon Warrior randomizers. So what we do is there are five initial rounds, okay? And each round will have a little bit of a different flag set. And the flags are meant to be a little bit, quote unquote, easier than what we are showing off here, but a little quicker than what we're showing off here. I believe, Game Boy, what you said you were aiming for was what, about an hour to an hour 15 average time?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Whereas the mode we're doing here, this will probably average an hour and a half. So you're looking at a 15, 30-minute cut, but it all depends. It depends on the seed and depends on the flags we pick. Like, for example, one of the flags for week 1 is you don't have to do a full Sherlock. We do what is called short Sherlock, whereas you enter Sherlock Castle and all of a sudden you're in the basement. I believe we also eliminate the need for keys in the first week. So, those particular flag sets will go a lot quicker.
Let's say in the first maybe 2 weeks, there are no keys.
Yeah, I think
something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, basically means you have 7 chests and a free cave from the get-go. It's nice.
Yep, and then after 5 weeks of that, then we cut down to a bracket stage. And we go head-to-head in brackets, under different flags again, all culminating in the... Oh, look, it's Breckenary. All culminating in the final.
So,
Yeah.
I learned something today from Zarnax real quick. Zarnax says, I'm not sure when the next one he'll tackle is, but Crystal Saber is on a mission to beat all the Zelda games blindfolded. That's pretty cool.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wow,
done...
That's amazing.
They're doing that.
Yeah,
He did-
I know he's Zelda 1 he's Mr. Zelda 1 randomizer. I know, but he lost in what was it, the Elite 8 in the last tournament? Was that to who was that to? Was that somebody help me there? I don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Also, too, thank you for reminding me of this, Hosho. Both players, make sure you check your items real quick to make sure that you tagged everything that you needed to in here, so we have the trackers accurate for YouTube, especially.
Yep.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got everything...
Double check.
I've been behind because I almost never use a tracker, so my bad.
No, that's fine. I'm just, for everyone following along at home, this is a good reminder.
I don't know what you found, but I haven't found a whole lot yet.
Well, I was just actually about to bring up to chat's attention one thing that Game Boy has found, which I don't know where. But if you take a look at Game Boy's armor and that nice little blue armor there that Game Boy has, that is probably the most broken armor on the NES. Okay, it is Erdrick's armor, and what it does is nothing short of, game breaking. It reduces damage from from Fire Breath by a third. It reduces hurt and hurt more damage by a third. It makes you immune to Stop Spell. And it makes you immune to Poison Swamp Tiles. It makes you immune to Barrier Tiles. And it also heals you 1 HP for every step. I mean, it truly is a game-breaking piece of equipment.
Yeah, I'd love to have that.
Yeah, wouldn't you, though?
Be nice.
Yeah, the only armor that I can think of that is better than Erdrick's armor is the adamant armor from Final Fantasy IV, which gives you 87 trillion defense and you're immune to everything. So,
yeah, the adamant armor is definitely up there, but depending on magic power, the adamant armor can be broken through. You can't break the Erdrick's armor with hurt more or Fire Breath.
Speaking of which, when are we going to be a Dragon Lord's Mess for the FF4 for Enterprise?
I'm sorry?
We can find a Dragon Lord Mess for the FF Enterprise.
Yeah, Dragon Lord. Yeah, I know it's a Zeromus substitute, but
yeah, it is.
Is it already there? Okay.
Yeah, it's there. I have encountered Dragon Lordmas.
I've seen Slimus. I've seen Slimus and I've seen Zomamus. Yeah. Oops.
I believe they were also possibly talking about Red Dragon Miss.
Oh, I've never seen that one yet, but that'd be a good one.
It would only scare us. Like,
I'll show everyone my stats.
Wouldn't that need to be like Fun Policeman?
Oh, thanks, Game Boy. So if you take a look at Game Boy's stats here, his stats are actually pretty nice for level 13. They're. I wouldn't say he's ready to go after the Dragon Lord if he ever finds what he needs, but he's close. He's not too far from it. Now, something else to notice on both of our runner screens is that little thing next to the armor. That little icon next to the armor is the Dragon Scale. Now, in the Dragon Scale in the vanilla game, what it does is it gives you +2 to defense power. Right? Well, I believe it's a little broken in the vanilla game that once you take the Dragon Scale off or sell it, well, you lose the effect. And the randomizer, once you put it on, that effect is there permanently. You can sell it, you can take it, well, you can't really take it off, but you can sell it, and you still have the +2 to defense power. Similarly, the Fighter's Ring in vanilla game did absolutely nothing. It was completely broken. It wouldn't do a thing. But in this game, in the randomizer, what it will do is give you +2 to attack power, and it does so permanently. There is another item that we have quote-unquote fixed in the randomizer, which we will talk about as we get to it in the Death Necklace. But we'll get there maybe eventually.
So there's one key statistic right now that prevents me from defeating the Dragon Lord, and it's my hit points. It's only 81. You need at least 97 hit points in order to defeat the Dragon Lord. So, I've got a ways to go yet.
Yeah, instead of the Dragon Lord fighting in combat when you're ready for him, there's some math involved. This game's a lot of fun and guessing stuff and taking risks, but at the end of the game, it's cold, hard math. Decides if you can or cannot do it, usually. A few exceptions. There'll be Jay Coper's multiple breakneck attempts at killing Dragon Lords at like 90 hit points or lower. But typically, with basic stats that are fairly average to the time frame, you want 97 to be able to survive 2 maximum powered hits to the Dragon Lord, and be able to heal and swing back. If you're only healing, you can't do damage back and forth. And again, in a game where you can't dodge, you're kind of limited to what you can and can't do with this kind of damage in combat.
Stay on that screen for a second, Toasty, once you talk to him.
Yep.
So what Amazing Toaster has found is the town of Cantlin. And the thing of note here in the town of Cantlin is the old man over to these, past these barrier tiles, which will give you the coordinates for the overworld item.
I can't wait to hear what they are.
These coordinates are terrible. These are terrible coordinates. So as not to spoil it for Game Boy, unless the map is not what I think it is, they're probably...
We're getting the princess.
Yeah, you're going to need both.
the princess.
What saving the princess does in this game, and it actually does in vanilla, is once you rescue the princess and take the princess back to the king, princess gives you Gwaylin's love as an item. And what Gwaylin's love as an item, yes, it's so sweet and sappy. What Gwaylin's love as an item does is it gives you coordinates where you are as opposed to the castle. So they're going to have to use this GPS, the Gwaylin positioning system, to figure out what is on the overworld, if it's even anything important. You know, because as you do see, both of our runners do have the Silver Harp, and they both do have the Staff of Rain. Of course, the two items that we still need, that we're still looking for, are the Stones of Sunlight and Erdrick's Token, either one of which could be on the search spot.
You know, based on vague chat reactions, Game Boy, I don't know about the kind of seeds you deal right now. I mean, I don't know about this one.
I typically deal pretty decent seeds. Like if a runner wants to pick somebody to roll seeds, it's myself. But if you want somebody who wants to roll, who you want to deal torture to, as far as that's concerned, oh no, these people too. What was I going to do? First of all, I'm going to stop spell. There we go. That takes care of that problem. There are two that come to mind right now. There are actually three of them. I know Demarine, I heard a question from Demarine. She's rolled some really wicked seeds. Sparkover has rolled some really wicked seeds as well. Though both RPG Valkyries, and one of the memes from that group is you have to roll bad seeds. And then CD Improv, who I like to call the Queen of Cookies, she also rolls some really wicked seeds.
Yeah, CD Improv right now is the reigning queen of rolling terrible seeds. If you really want to torture yourself, you ask her to roll you a seed, and then you just basically disappear for 3 hours.
Well, no. There's also
Thanks, AK.
There's a time basis to this too. We're talking about normal prime time. If we're going to late evenings, there's also another terror to be faced. Our friend Z-Man here.
Yeah, if you ever get insomnia and you want to have a nice, fun, long time playing this, just let me know and I'll roll you a seed after 11 o'clock, and it dwarfs anything that anybody else can roll sometimes.
That was a fun Hawksness.
Yeah, wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hawksness is a town. Most towns, go to town. I can go to the inn. I can buy stuff. I can get blocked by NPCs. It'd be fantastic. No, Hawksness is full of monsters, blowing up the crap, and there's one spot to search for an item on the ground.
Yeah, but
the thing that is the preemptive slept interact. That I don't know how many times that's happened to me. Lately, it's been actually pre-armor werewolves who have just decided to preemptively deal 2-breath me.
Yeah.
So the thing is with Hawksness, is, as Seawolf was talking about, there is the one tile in Hawksness. The
puppy. Did I hear puppy?
Aww.
Oh boy, here come the Franker faces. I'm sorry.
Sure you are,
Baxter. But anyways, the tree behind the poison swamp in Hawksness may contain an important item. We don't know yet because, well, the enemy on that trap tile right before it decided to say to Toaster, go seepy seep, go night night, and then just wrecked him.
His urged armor, for all his busted powers, does not stop sleep. Nothing stops sleep. When an enemy says sleep, you fall down. That's kind of how the game goes.
Yeah,
so sleep is basically the one thing that will never be negated in this game.
Yep, it will not miss. Never. Guaranteed to never miss.
Well, for the enemies.
Yeah. When you cast it on an enemy, it can miss. When it's cast on you, it will never miss.
Rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Rude.
Now I want to see whiz robes all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Rude.
Oh.
Game Boy heading down the cave, finding more goods and services.
Trying anyway. Except I just found my first rogue scorpion of the game.
Oh, I've seen those. Those
The
aren't
scorpions
bad.
are interesting. In a game, they have pretty low HP, but very high agility. They're hard to run from. They take very little damage. If you can get past that, you can kill them pretty fast. So they're kind of a weird, like, in a game like Dragon Warrior 1, where it's kind of like your stats are kind of skewed one way to the other, scorpions are like the one extreme with like high defense, no HP. So once you crack them, you're okay. And Stoneman's the other extreme, where it's like tons of HP, but no, and golems are like tons of hit points, but not as much defense power. So it's like you think you're doing more damage to them, but it might be the same race at the end.
Well, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I just ran into a ghost and failed to run away. Now this got improved in Dragon Warriors 2, 3, and 4. In Dragon Warrior 2, it's a straight 2/3 chance. It didn't matter who you ran into, how powerful you were, whatever. It was 2/3 of a chance. They improved this further in Dragon Warrior 3, where if you were 5 levels ahead of the monster, it was a free run, but it was typically 50, 75, 70. No, wait, 50, 50, 75, 100. So after the 4th run, fail, you automatically run. And in Dragon Warrior 4, it just became like a zone thing instead of a monster thing. But anyway,
Hey,
looks like Seawolf gets to talk now.
alrighty. You're all in trouble now. Alright. Game Boy has dug deep and found himself one death necklace. Now,
Uh-oh.
in the vanilla game, there's a small chance to find this item. It is not guaranteed find per playthrough.
And before you keep going, I have to use one of my memes, because I have just found an green dragon.
That's it.
I've seen those.
Entirely. That's all that brand entirely. But that necklace. So, all it does in the original game is stuff a lot of money or curse you if you wear it like an idiot. In the randomizer here, it increases your strength by 10. So it's 10 more attack power total, at the cost of a quarter of your HP being shaved off. So your maximum hit points actually drops. So you're cursed, you cannot stay in the castle.
Sorry.
All right, time to have a look at my sprite.
I'm trying to explain this blasted thing. Alright.
Sorry.
Toaster's got a princess riding on his back. Game Boy's running towards that dragon, so I'm trying to explain to you how the game works. Alright. So again, Dead Necklace. You may trade a quarter of your health for 10 more attack power, which sounds pretty crazy, but endgame, if you wait to the Dragon Lord, fight to the castle, get to the throne room, look at him in the eyes and strap it on, maybe you have a good chance to win. You can, get more attack power, because again, math is very important for the Dragon Lord. If you have enough hit points to buy the damage back, and you can multiply your attack power that way and get the extra, basically increases your damage by 5 against Dragon Lord, like per swing on average. That's a real big change of pace. So Death Necklace can really, if you have a seat with crappy strength but really good hit points, you can really turn the tide with that item there.
All right, so we have another question from chat here. Tormgrad asks, so what is more helpful, going more on defense or power?
Generally power.
Generally power, yeah. But defense does help, though.
Defense helps you. Defense in the game also is tied to agility a lot, which means running away and defense is kind of hand in hand. Defense helps you. Once you have a certain amount of defense power, enemies roll a different damage roll against you. So you'll see enemies like hit you for like 25, 30 big time, and then like at a certain point they're like, oh, they're hitting you 5, 2, 0, 9. So there's 2 different damage calculations based upon your current level of agility and defense power. But in a game where you can't dodge, if I kill you faster than you can hit me, I'm probably doing better. I'm saving more hit points by not being hit. So most runners opt for strength HP builds to maximize damage and durability.
Trying to remember if I did everything over here earlier or not.
Game Boy, are you grinding on Curse Belt?
Yes, I am.
So do we have time for a quick plug real quick?
Sure.
Do it.
All right. Remember, folks, this show, along with all the other shows on GDQ Hotfix, is brought to you by viewers like you. If you're enjoying this show and all of the other GDQ Hotfix shows, and you would like to support, the best way to do that is to subscribe to the GDQ channel. Remember, if you do have Amazon Prime, you do have a sub if you've not used it yet. So consider using that sub right here to support the show. And thank you, everybody, for coming out to see Dragon Warrior Randomizer. This is wild so far. And please do not forget to follow these lovely commentators and runners, being Game Boy F9, Amazing Toaster, the Seawolf 1, and Z-Man. Thank you all again for doing this. This has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's been an interesting seed, too.
Yeah, this has been an interesting seed. It's not something I would call overly difficult, but it is absolutely annoying.
Oh, it's sometimes you get those seeds. You get some money at the beginning. You find a town close by. You can buy like a hand axe and start tearing things up immediately. Well, this is not one of those seeds. We got the money, but the money was useless.
Well, Hurtmore wasn't too late. I mean, Hurtmore was level 9, so that was
9?
reasonable.
Yeah.
That was reasonable. I mean, right now, the big thing is neither one of you have found the Stones of Sunlight or Erdrick's token. So that's kind of the limiting thing here on this seed right now. Well, that you kind of need armor business.
I know that. Has Game Boy seen 2 belts?
Not sure.
Game Boy has seen a ton of belts.
I mean,
Wow.
he's in possession
Okay.
of many a belt. I'm not sure how many have been found in different spots.
I'm just going to give this away. I've seen 2 belts in 2 different locations, so that means all the search spots are loaded.
With some sort of an item. Who knows what?
Something. Who knows what it is? With the fact that any unique item can be on a search spot now, that doesn't mean as much as it used to. Really?
I mean, it could be the Death Necklace. It could be the Fighter's Ring. It could be a Fairy Flute, which in this seed, the Fairy Flute would not necessarily be a bad thing.
Okay. Well, he's told me his dark secret.
Booga booga booga.
Yeah.
Do.
Mahamana.
Do.
Mahamana.
Right, that was being fools, though. Those who want to play the game, Dragon Warrior, again, all the different NES Dragon Warriors have randomizers now. Dragon Warrior 1 is the most bare bones simple. Like, the cave maps remain the same. So once you memorize the maps and treasure chest locations, you gotta memorize or have access to maps of like 4 or 5 different locations. Get a basic idea of the math of enemies you can and can't fight, certain tools, certain tricks and stats. It's very simple to get into. And again, you do short charlock to make things faster for yourself. You can speed up your experience growth, so you can get levels faster. So you can learn the mechanics of the game pretty well quickly. It's not too terribly in depth. So a lot of variety in the game's maps and the play of it, given the enemies' randomized abilities. But the actual hardcore mechanics of the game are pretty easy to get down. And between that and the Discord, you can make progress and get good advice.
And it looks like Game Boy is making a play for the princess.
Yeah, since everybody's telling me that I need to get the princess, what the heck? Uh-oh. Oh, it's my favorite monster in the world.
Yeah, the swamp tile's a really good one.
Oh, you've seen the Swamp Tile Toaster?
Yeah, I've already gotten the princess.
Oh, okay.
I should.
I missed you getting the princess. I missed the princess riding the dog.
You were taking care of another dog while I was letting the princess ride a dog. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So, did you guys already talk about why that trap tile is such a good trap tile?
No.
Not yet.
So what this is this trap tile is probably the biggest, best trap tile that you can see. Why is that? Because as far as trap tile enemies go, the Axe Knight can be killed oftentimes with 1 hurt more. So that makes them awfully quick to kill. And you can just rack up the experience very quickly just by hurt-mooring Axe Knights.
Yeah, it's about 500 experience a minute unless you play with the speed hacks. Then you're closer to 1,000.
No. I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, here we go. Yes! I had to give up the curse spell. I win. What? I don't win?
No. We're not
I
playing
don't
Cursed
win?
Princess tonight.
What?
Gamble, you
Sorry
guys
about
were so excited, and now we all just feel it's such a bummer. Come
On
on
the flip
now.
side, if the princess ever talks to her father, she gets thrown out of the castle. So
Yeah, that's right.
So,
But
what
that is
they-
one of the modes, though. Is if you turn in a cursed spell, you win the game straight away.
Yep. If we were playing Cursed Princess mode, the game would be over for Game Boy right here and now.
Yeah, Xanax indicates that is swag. Do you want to go into that a little bit? Because if it's something to do with a good game meme, I'm all for it.
swag can say.
Oh yes, this is yet another Sparkover mode. because the cursed belt is, her favorite item in the game, because the only thing it does is curses you.
Yes,
What happens is when you go to turn in the prince, when you take her back to the king, when she tries to give you the Gwaelin's love, if you have a full inventory, she will take an item from you, and she will take the least valuable thing in your inventory. And so if a cursed belt is the least valuable thing, it would mean you would have to have no fighter's ring, no torch, no fairy water, no dragon scale. There's a number of things you can't have in your inventory in order for her to be able to take a cursed belt from.
Oh, I have to mark that, by the way.
Yes, the other variation of swag in this game, Dragon Lore 2 is not immune to hurt more, nor sleep. So if you're feeling dicey, you can run down there, throw 2 fireballs, and hopefully it explodes. Spoilers.
Another swaggy thing you can do in this game is rescue the princess, but never actually take her back to the king and beat the game with the princess.
That's another game mode.
It is.
Three's Company.
Three's Company.
Turns out, Tony Danza, not the boss. It's Dragon Lord.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Me understanding that is just... I don't know if it's a good idea to admit that I understand that reference.
You're younger than I am. Shut up.
Alrighty, Toasty grinding those axe knights again. For enemies, in terms of rewards, they're not the highest reward enemies, but they're very squishy. They go down in a hurry to 1 hurt more usually. If you're strong enough, you can just swing twice and keep doing it and just heal in the process. So bang for the buck. They're probably the best bet you have.
Yeah, you know what?
All right.
Once you get to... Oh, go ahead, Sky.
Oh, I'm just saying we have another question. Tormgod asks, how long does a normal first-time playthrough of this game take when you just want to get through the game casually?
Vanilla or rando?
Well, I guess we'll ask both because, a lot of people have responded to that in chat. So how about for both?
All right. Any vanilla?
Yeah, vanilla's about 6 hours and change.
Well, if you're speedrunning, if you're speedrunning, you know what you're doing at 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so doing it the first time vanilla, I would say 8 to 10. Doing it the first time randomized under quote unquote under these flags, I would say 4 to 6.
Yeah, it can be pretty mean. And if you're playing NES version without the experience changeover, the randomizer does also, even on basic level, have a increases the HP of certain enemies and lowers the requirements of certain levels. NES Dragon Warrior, like by itself, like straight in the cartridge.
What am I doing?
There's some pretty exorbitant, highly high experience levels. Like I used to play for a day or two to get level.
Yeah, that's one of the big improvements made by the randomizer is that it actually uses the experience and gold tables for the most part from the Super Famicom remake of Dragon Quest 1.
Right, which takes
instead
out
of
a lot of the grinding. But
enemies tend to have a lot higher XP and gold totals that they give you, and so that takes the amount of grinding that you end up doing down quite a bit.
I remember playing through this game as a kid and having to do the manual grind for the Silver Shield.
Yeah, that's...
All right, because if you're doing so, the Silver Shield is the most expensive thing in the game, at 14,800 gold. Right?
By the way, before I'm sorry to interrupt, but have we seen Empty Eye in chat yet, by any chance?
Yeah.
Because I just got a nice, good one.
Let me see.
What level did you get?
15.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Apart from the magic score.
Yeah.
So
I do not believe he's here. Not yet.
That's the only, like, one of the few beams that does not involve Sparkover. Anytime you get a 0 stat of something, Empty Eye will come in and say 0 whatever. I love it.
Oh, there were plenty of zeros on that level.
Yeah.
Many Krieg asses were had. Ooh, discover on both sides. One side has Garen's Krieg, one side has Sherlock. I would say
and there's a cave over by Sherlock.
Who they are.
Magicians, go away.
Yeah,
Wait,
same thing on
where-
Dragon Warrior 1. Dragon Warrior 2 and beyond has a spell called Eagle Eye, where the map zooms out a bit, you can see where you're at. Dragon Warrior 1, you got an 8x8 grid kind of like around you, and that's it. So if you're one space to the west too far, you miss a town, guess what? You missed that town.
So as you can see, Toaster is going for the coordinates here. And Game Boy is checking out what we know to be the mountain cave. Nope. Yeah, this is a mountain cave.
Yeah, it's Mountain Cave.
One of the
Not finding
annoying
much.
one of the annoying things here. Oh, Toaster's in the mountain cave too. One of the annoying things about enemy RNG and encounter RNG, I should say, is the fact that there's no way to reduce encounter RNG in caves or Charlotte Castle, and so a spell of repel, it doesn't work in a cave. Fairy Ward, it doesn't work in a cave.
Unless you turn on repel in dungeons. It's one of our new flags.
Hooray!
There's a very late in the tournament. There's a very mean flag set that actually turns on a flag called permanent repel. So once you're able to repel an enemy, you will never see it again, and that can cause you trouble if you're grinding or you're trying to grind and you're finding the wrong enemies.
Yeah, it sounds great on paper until you realize, that juicy Axe Knight I've been farming the last hour, he's gone now. You'll never see him again.
And
the red dragon.
And unless I'm mistaken, your repel ability isn't based on agility, but it is based on your defense power. So that is one of the few. This is one of the few cases with permanent repel on. That's one of the few cases you do not want to see in early Erdrick's armor. Because getting Erdrick's armor early will jack up your defense power so much, you're not going to see any early enemy games.
Well, that's a rude cave.
Rude!
It was very cavey.
It had a whole lot of nothing.
Slight tight, slight light.
And of course, you guys don't have the spell of outside.
Yeah, outside's on 16. One of the things that the randomizer does when it randomizes spell growth is that it guarantees that you will have all of the spells by the time you hit the hit level 16. So the fact that we don't have we're on level 15 and we don't have outside yet. We know where outside's at.
Yeah, there's some lovely seeds that have all your healing spells at level 16. That can happen to you.
Yeah, like that nice seed Sparkle rolled for us in the tourney between me and Z. That was it was like a low strength hurt more on 16 seed, so we had to find some creative ways to level up. And even when we got to level 16, I think blue dragons were like the best thing to fight at that point, which is unusual.
I believe you are correct.
Speaking of, we have not found a blue dragon yet.
No.
Nope.
Which is where another one of the memes are. That is not a blue dragon.
Well, that's your meme, though.
Hey, it's wait. A meme's a meme.
All right, good point.
That is very true.
And we're under orders to meme as often as possible.
Memes.
All right, Tormgard asks, what for different run types does it give for the vanilla version of the game? So when you don't speedrun it on standard like we're doing right now.
I mean, playing in vanilla, it's kind of just, kill Giant Lord, save the princess, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's an early RPG, so it's a fairly simple quest.
This is one of those games, the early RPGs where RPGs were designed. You have to talk to everybody. They're super grindy, and every once in a while you're going to get lost. But other than that, I'm not really sure I understand the question.
Okay.
I definitely know other alternate win conditions. Like you could probably set up. You can roll a vanilla map in vanilla locations, or vanilla map with randomized locations. That's an option on the randomizer. You could set up the game to be vanilla with Free Company or Curse Princess if you wanted to.
Yeah, every option in the randomizer that is currently available is toggleable on and off. you can do basically a full-out vanilla game, or you can customize it as much or as little as you want, right? You can do a full-out vanilla game just with super fast experience growth.
Not on the current. Well, you should try turning on the regular map, because what that does isn't quite what you would think it does. It uses the vanilla map, but things are not in their normal places.
Yes, you have a town next to the Tangel, you have a town in the northwest, and then all the way across the 3 bridges to the east again. But it might not be the town you're looking for.
I generated one of those for kicks while we were looking at it for League last year, and I generated a map where Tangel was down in that desert maze at the bottom of the map.
Oh no!
That was a fun time.
All right, so we have another question here from Necotera, who asks, have we ever had a run where Heal and Heal More were level 15 and 16?
Plenty.
Oh,
I'm sure
plenty.
we have.
Plenty.
Absolutely.
And those seeds are amazing.
We've had runs.
Wait a minute, what am I doing?
We've had runs where Heal and Heal More were level 16. I mean, those. I believe there was even one where Heal More, and Hurt More were level 16. So, basically the 3 most useful spells in the game, level 16. So, those seeds get, those are the seeds where you throw your controller out a window.
Yeah, those are the seeds where you're taking 2.5 hours to play. I mean, some seeds they're over in under an hour, but some seeds, I know we often talk about a very legendary match way back in the first Dragon Warrior Randomized tournament. We talked about NES Cardinality before. His opponent was Jackamus Wedge. We had Red Dragon. We had Red Dragons with Dragon Lord Breath and Heal More. We had Golems with Dragon Lord Breath and Heal More. Those were your mini bosses, and let's see, the winning level was level 23. This was before the Death Necklace. So the game was over in 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, and one of the memes, I guess, you said his name memes, our racers, when they race in a race, the race takes on some personality. Like, there's quirks to our racers that when things happen, Jackamus adds an hour to the seed, because Jackamus is showing up at the party. You get an hour extra of seed time by hook or by crook. And when I'm around, you get more fire breath. So when me and Jackamus race, it was also 3 hour seed, because every single spot, every town was like narrow walkways with fire breath everywhere. So the racers do take on the personality of the racers.
It really does. I mean, if I'm involved in a chaos seed, there's shenanigans afoot. That something is going to absolutely murderize you.
My very first tournament match was against Jack in chaos.
Ugh.
I think it took me an hour to get to take the starting money and get to town so I could buy a weapon in order to get the seed started, because I could not find the noodle to save my life. Oh no, there was nothing up there.
Yeah, old Chaos. There's a mechanic called the Noodle. If you're playing Chaos, there's an enemy close to the castle that's got less than 5 hit points. It's very weak, and it's violently killed by anyone, really. Early Chaos seeds didn't have the Noodle. It was Chaos, so you hoped there was something you could kill around the castle.
Yeah, the early Chaos tournament featured very many re-rolls of seeds.
And then also, there was also Noodle 1.0, where there was a Noodle, but it was also cowardly or run away a lot because it was weak. So you could find the Noodle, but you never hit it because it ran away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still the case.
Shush. No, it's not.
Not the way I had it. I'm glad going.
Oh no.
Time straight.
It's very much the case, because that's what happened in League last year.
So, question, Amazing Toaster, have you found everything?
No.
Oh, you haven't yet? Oh, okay.
I still need.
Question, Game Boy.
Still need grave and coal.
I have found everything.
Indeed, you
well,
have.
I know your tracker told me.
Almost.
Yeah, I was gonna
everything.
say your tracker is saying
You're missing.
otherwise.
You're missing one key piece of.
I'm missing one key piece, and I'm so glad that I'm missing it.
So we will get into that particular key piece in a minute, because Toaster is still missing that particular key piece, and it is, we can go ahead and say it, since they are both currently without it. Neither one of our runners have found Erdrick's sword, the big stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's a game changer. It's free hurt more basically. The attack power increase is massive. If you happen to open the seed and get the treasury or get into the throne room and see big stick, then you're basically set up the first 10 levels.
Is it like the magical sword in Zelda 1?
It's like level 4 sword in Zelda 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The magical sword deals 4 damage a hit. This one the Erdrick's sword deals 40 attack power.
Oh my.
yeah. So it's
I
a
can
big
say
stick.
I'm not looking forward to Sharlock at this point if the enemies are like this in there.
Yeah, if we get nothing but armored knights, oh boy.
Armor Knights and Red Dragons, both of them are just not fun.
Golems aren't fun either.
Oh yeah, golem. Well, but fortunately you can run away from golems. I mean, those
Yeah,
are
but not if they
usually a
back
gift.
attack you.
Well, yeah, if they back attack you, good game. But you know,
Right.
Yeah, sometimes the enemies first, they get you. Sometimes they ambush you. Golem's an enemy where it's like usually slower and easy to get away from. But every time you don't get away from it, or every time it gets the attack first for some reason, you're taking like 50 damage.
Yeah. And what makes these golems particularly even more lethal is that these golems have sleep. So if they back attack you and cast sleep, you're taking some damage and you're probably going back to the castle.
Yeah. Watch
Come on,
Mythbusters. Find
good.
Buster. That's you in that situation. You are a Buster. You are between
Alright.
2 semis running to each other. Let's take up
Game
sides.
Boy gets to level 16. Is this going to be
nope.
the correct? No. Okay, and Game Boy says nope, not the right
Alright.
level.
Well, I mean, I'll show you my stats, and you'll see the big reason why.
Well,
that 93 hit points.
Yeah. So basically, Game Boy's strength at level 16 is great. Game Boy's MP at level 16 is great. His agility at level 16 is wonderful. His HP, not so much.
I dubbed the Chad Pennington Noodle Arms. Always hurt too. But yes, so HP again is very important.
Yeah. With that strength, Game Boy, you're lucky you can even raise Erdrick's sword over your head.
Oh, good lord, that was stupid.
Now this is the
Somebody
point
mismenued.
where if you're in a tournament race, you can come up with some very interesting decisions. Because at this point, you can try to dive Sharlock Castle, especially if you damage break at monsters, which we haven't gone through yet. Basically, if your defense power is higher than the monster's strength, you damage break it and the monster deals virtually no damage. But anyway, I digress. Do you dive Sharlock and try to get the next level and hope it's enough? Or do you play conservative and grind for that one more level, and then you know whether it's time to dive or not? I usually play conservative. I don't know about my opponent per se, but I usually play conservative and try to get that next level and know.
Well, and then for both of you guys, there's another added layer to that question, given that neither one of you have Erdrick's sword, right? Do you do a dive down Sharlock specifically for the sword, or do you do a dive down Sharlock with the hope that you can kill things, get the next level, and get the sword all in one dive? So that's, for you guys, there's another added level. I would think that there are some that obviously this wouldn't apply to, but I would say that most Dragon Warrior runners will take one dive specifically for Erdrick's sword. Get the sword, either leave or death warp out of the castle, and then go back.
Now, there's good news. This
Yeah. If I still need to grind a level, I would definitely dive the castle looking for a sword and try to pick out enemies that will let me.
Anyway, the good news here is that we need a sword. It's probably in the castle, which is going to play our favorite game show down the bottom of Charlock.
Ah, yes.
It's the $25,000 pyramid.
The 25,000 gold piece Erdrick sword pyramid, and I don't know if that was Z-Man or Seawolf with that, but whoever it was, please do not quit your day job.
Never. I will never quit my day job. You kidding me?
Usually I say a pun, they throw me out of the room. It's not me for a change. Fantastic. Good Dootin', Z. Good Dootin'.
Oh boy,
Thank
I might
you.
be punished for that comment here in a second. Nope, got away. Haha.
Oh, come on, Golem. Still have my back.
Never punished.
I'm always punished. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Seawolf. He always puns.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Punish Shed. But, no, well, anyway. Sorry, bad Shakespeare reference.
Yeah, so this is for Z. Thaddeus says you don't have to be bad. You have to be bad enough so you don't get copyright dinged.
That's a good one. I like
That's
that. I
good.
like that.
Oh my.
Alright, so again, Russian randomizer race, Dragon Warrior does have that factor with the grind. So, you're gonna have to grind. Again, this is an old school RPG. Might and Magic beat boop, gain 10 levels, guy dies randomly, never get him back again. Dragon Warrior has that grind factor built into it where you have to. With the increased experience gains from the SFC version, the SNES version basically, remake, and the Game Boy Color is the same experience charts as well. Speeds up a bit by itself. You may change your settings, but no matter what you play this randomizer, you'll probably have to stop and grind at some point. The key is to balance the grind, the exploration, and risks in here and there. Die for certain chests, skipping certain parts, roll the dice on. I missed one chest in the mountain cave that I died too fast. Do I want to go back to the whole cave and hit that one last chest in the very back? Do I go all the way down Garen's grave? Do I check the treasure first and Charlock? There's 6 chests there, plus the table. What do I want to do? How do I roll these dice?
So I want to make sure we take time for this. If each one of the runners and commentators would like to plug their own channels, again, please give every one of these commentators and runners a follow. And let us know what you do besides Dragon Warrior Randomizer as well. This is a time for y'all to talk about yourselves.
Go ahead, Toaster. You're first.
I play a lot of randomizers. The 3 biggies that I play are Zelda 1, where I kind of started, Zelda 2, and this one are the ones I play most often. The fact that all 3 of those tend to run a summer tournament at the same time exhausts me during the summer.
Oh, yeah.
You keep winning is the problem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to the freaking quarterfinals in every one of these tourneys. So, I mean, some of that's your own fault.
I finished 3rd place in League last winter and 3rd place in Max Rando for Zelda 2 last winter. And so, as you can imagine, that was a very long, even just for 2 tournaments together.
All right,
Okay,
Game Boy,
is this enough? Oh, that's going to help. That's going to help. That is not going to help.
Ah,
Yes, you are up, Game Boy.
plug yourself.
Oh, it's my turn. So I typically stream during the weekend mornings, Saturday and Sunday between 6 and 9 a.m. in the Eastern time zone. More often than not, I will be playing randomizers. It varies. I mostly am a Dragon Warrior randomizer runner. Boy, do I have a decision to make or what? Before I keep going here. I'm gonna go because I'm crazy. Anyway,
dive.
What was I talking? Oh yeah, so Final Fantasy randomizer I do a little bit of. I do a lot of Dragon Warrior randomizer. I do which one do I need to pick? Not the Death Necklace, please. I did that once. That's what got me out of the tournament. Anyway, I keep digressing. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I also play Free Enterprise, Final Fantasy, but every now and then I'll play something a little bit different. I have speedrun RC Pro-Am and Warrior Dragon before. I said Warrior Dragon.
Huh?
Go on.
Yeah. So instead of the hero trying to slay the Dragon Lord, you have a dragon that is trying to slay the Dragon Slayer.
What system is that for?
It is actually it is a freeware program that was written in 2000, long time ago for like Windows 95 or something like that. But it still works on Windows 10. So
Wow.
look at this, the first wizard of the game.
I've seen a few of those. Those are pretty decent.
Yeah, I like wizards.
You've seen the wizard here hitting for a whopping 1 damage. Wizard's clearly damage broken.
Yes.
Again, lower damage table means negligible damage, especially when you heal per step.
Now, here's the fun part. I do not have a torch. So I'm going to have to do this in the dark.
Oh, you're bonking your way through. Okay.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well I do this with all the distractions.
All right, Z, plug thyself.
What?
Yes.
Oh, it's my turn? Oh, well, I
It
don't
is.
stream that much. I don't really stream that much. If you do catch me streaming, I certainly don't play anything vanilla. It will be randomizers. I'd say pretty much the randomizers I'm quote-unquote known for would be Dragon Warrior Randomizer, Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. I dabble a little bit in Z1, but typically anymore I only play Zelda 1 Randomizer if I'm doing it for fun, is part of a group setting. Really what I do more of is I'm more of a commentator. You know, I do a lot of commentary for Dragon Warrior. I've done some here and there. You know, I need to get back into it for Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. I'm starting to dabble in Final Fantasy 1 rando. I do enjoy a good Dragon Warrior 4 rando. I do that a lot casually. But I usually, if you catch me streaming, I'm usually part of a weekly race or it's part of a tournament. So that's usually me. Sea Wolf, you're up.
Alrighty. Again, randomizers here and there. It's pretty sparse streaming recently. I've been preoccupied. But no randomizers, Zelda 1, Dragon Warrior. Done Seven Saga a few times. That's a interesting little thing. No, I play oddball games. Where's Waldo here and there if I'm killing time. A lot of Magic recently. Magic Arena's come out, and I'm a terrible, terrible Magic addict. And I routinely hit Mythic. I routinely fill out my new expansion mastery board. No, I'm basically known for playing whatever and throwing a quirk in there somewhere to make everyone scratch their heads when it's halfway through the game.
I hate you so much, game.
Dang, savagery. Okay.
Yeah, we could get back to that in a second. That does look like a noteworthy thing, but continue, Seawolf.
Yeah, no, that's really about it. If I'm playing, again, randomizers, playing in groups, usually have fun with it. If I see something oddball that sparks my fancy, I'll jump on and play it real fast, but it's been primarily Magic the last few months. But again, I've been busy, and I hope next year I'll get more going on. Oh, and during the summertime, I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy V.
Poor job, Fiesta.
Yeah, Poor Job Fiesta is my jam. So.
Oh yeah, that's always great. Let me put in two quick little side notes. Z-Man mentioned Free Enterprise. He actually made the 32-person league back in the first league, and I know Seawolf mentioned Seventh Saga Randomizer. That is another randomizer I wrote back in the day. Oh, I finally found one of these.
So you're the one who is responsible for Seventh Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can blame
My
Game
first thought was why. I think that was why not.
Now wait. The four of us have plugged ourselves. I think our wonderful host here should plug herself.
Yeah.
They get to hear me all the time, every time.
Do it anyway.
All right, well, normally I love hosting myself, hosting and commentary. You'll hear me at GDQs a lot, but I'm also a professional Magic the Gathering player as well through Arena. So if you see me in any of those roles, it's probably pretty typical, although every now and then I play Z1R just in a more casual setting with friends every now and then. And what I would like to know is what has happened on Toast's side, because I know Toast was ranting about something here. Do y'all want to go into that? Well, we were done. Well, we were busy plugging ourselves. It looks like something happened.
I finally made the wraparound and found coal, and so I finally found the armor at like an hour and a half in.
Yeah, so that's one of the things when it comes to Dragon Warrior, is that one thing, the Dragon Warrior Randomizer, is that one thing you don't find, that one town, that one cave will have exactly what you need. And in Toaster's case, the town of Cole, which he didn't find, had Erdrick's armor, which means now he can, walk through these swamps without any damage and, hopefully go find those stones of sunlight.
And again, Cole being another MGI meme, Cole doesn't exist. It's not real.
Yeah, well, for me, that's Remeldar. For me, Remeldar never exists. Like I have gone several seeds never finding Remeldar.
All I ever find is broccoli. I don't want broccoli.
Uh-oh, Game Boy, what happened?
You'll see.
Thou art still
Uh-oh.
asleep.
Hey. Well, look.
Hey, he
this
got
bottom
away.
section of Sherlock is going to be, heck.
Check out my mohawk.
I,
All right.
I have to
Hold
know
on, wait,
this.
wait. It's time to play the
Wait,
pyramid.
what's that?
It is
Oh yeah,
time
that's
to
right.
play the
Everybody
pyramid.
place your wagers.
Ooh.
Is it in the
All right,
$50 chest, the $100 chest, the $150, the $200, the $250, or the $300 chest? Everybody in chat, get your guesses out now. Where
Or
is
Judges table. I'm taking the table.
Judges, I'm saying
Leave the
$100.
table out of this.
Well, we might not find out. Oh
Uh-oh.
no, we will.
Yay!
Oh, if anybody bid $150, you get the secondary prize.
I know where the fighter dragon is.
Okay, I get the secondary prize.
Come on, man.
So the $150 chest had value. The $100 chest had value. The $50 chest has nothing.
Hey, $300 wins.
All right.
Hey.
Top pyramid.
So whoever said the $300 chest, congratulations, you have won a day's supply of pride. Wear it proudly.
Now we're from our sponsors.
Well, unfortunately, with all the distractions, I had a feeling I was going to have to cast Radiant, so I am down to heal more. So, maybe we should talk about the Dragon Lord calculations if I avoid the Armored Knights.
All right, so Game Boy has 141 attack
Go ahead.
power. So, do yourself a favor. That one, cut it off. Doesn't matter. First thing first, start 100 points from your attack power. 100 goes off, your baseline is 41. Now divide that by 2. Round that down. Guess what? That's your maximum damage available. Divide by 2 again, round down. Guess what? That's your minimum damage available. So Game Boy's what? 5 to 10?
10 to 20.
10 to 20. Well, I'm about to lose a heal more
Oh,
here.
10 to 20, you're right. Yes, fantastic.
Right. So Game Boy can do 10 to 20 damage per hit. So that's an average of 15. The Dragon Lord, the second form of Dragon Lord, will have between 115 and 165 HP. So Game Boy is looking between 10 and 11 attacks on average, if RNG is kind.
Not being kind.
So, right.
No.
So that means you want
Who's
at
counting?
So that means you want at least that many heal mores. Now, you can do some double attacks, here and there, but for an average of 10 to 11 attacks, you probably want 8 to 9 heal mores. Well, thanks to that wonderful red dragon that Game Boy could not run away from, he is now down to a whopping 11 heal mores. So he is extraordinarily.
Extraordinarily.
I know that sleep.
Yeah.
What?
Well, lovely.
So
They
that.
pulled back the curtain for the last part of the race. Oh, by the way, I know sleep.
So yeah, okay. So that's. So this Sherlock all of a sudden just became insane.
I am glad this is not a tournament race.
I've fought the race before. I played the Siege. I fought about 8 or 9 Armored Knights, never had a problem. The Dragon Lord's Guardian has a boss for the Dragon Lord before you fight the Dragon Lord himself. Was an Armored Knight. Okay, easy Armored Knight, whatever. Fighting. Suddenly, I've killed it 8 times, never had a problem. This one casts Heal More out of nowhere. It always knew Heal More. It waited to the very end of the race to cast on me and ruin my entire race. So that happens occasionally where the monster you've seen 5, 6, 7 times, suddenly, oh, by the way, I have this. And it's like, well, I guess I'm screwed.
Well, I'm seeing these lovely emotes from Ness Cardinality's chat. In chat, it has the red dragon on it, and it says "fun" in capital
Yep.
letters.
The fun police.
Yep, that's the fun police.
Yeah, I 6-failed ran
full force.
from a red dragon.
Yeah,
So-
full force now with sleep and hurt more. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
almost worst case scenario.
And I have 100
That-
agility too, so it just
That
adds
doesn't
on
mean
to
anything.
the heck.
That
So
doesn't mean anything.
I have to
So
know.
really, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, for the sake of story time, unless there's a lot going on right now, I wanted to know the most ridiculous thing you all have seen in Dragon Warrior 1. I have to specify because other people were talking about that. In the randomizer of Dragon Warrior 1, what is the most ridiculous scenario you've ever seen?
I would invite people to go watch the VOD of the league semifinal from this year,
Oh yeah.
and
Nice.
just enjoy that, because that is the most ridiculous thing I have ever had happen to me in this game.
Between you and
It was me, High Spirits, Rye Guy, and Will Wagner.
okay, what was so ridiculous about it?
It took us. It was half an hour before anybody got a level.
Mhm.
And it was Big Swamp. The noodle was running away from us even at level 1. And he was incredibly hard to hit because he must have had high agility.
Yeah, I'm not sure Z-Man's gonna agree with me, but I'm gonna say that race that me and had.
Yeah,
me and
no,
him had,
I was gonna say that. So,
So-
Seawolf and I, we played we played in a tournament race. I believe it was the first Chaos tournament, and in the Chaos tournament seed that we played, Seawolf and I encountered this wraith that had absolutely stupid high agility, stupid high HP, stupid high hurt more resistance. So you couldn't hit the thing.
How high was it?
Stupid.
I think it was
Stupid.
I think it was 13 out of 16.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to hurt more. You had to land a hurt more twice to kill this thing. You couldn't run away from it, and it would slaughter you. And it was all throughout Sherlock, and it was the mini boss in
also-
Sherlock.
When I actually killed the first time, I was so mad. Like, finally, I got killed by this thing. It gives like 5 experience points and 10 gold. It's killing me to kill you.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So, fast forward to the end of the race. The Dragon Lord. It's the boss monster for the Dragon Lord. That, not safe for
And it's a
HQ,
Wraith.
broadcast Wraith.
Nah.
There were words for this. I can't say them right now.
No.
Words they said about that Wraith.
Yeah, there's
I forgot where Garenham is.
many words were said in that seed. Many, many words, many of which just can't be repeated on any channel that isn't rated. I'd say R, but that might not be heavy enough. You might need to go X rated there.
Oh, the non-existent letter.
I don't think we can do that here. I don't think so, Z.
No,
You
that's
sure?
against the rules, I
Oh.
believe.
Nope.
Some old dead Latin
It
letter
wasn't
was
up
thrown
here,
there.
was
They-
it?
That's
Although
rating.
if I keep seeing armored knights, I might be using. No, I won't. I will just say those in my
Yeah,
head.
well, I would call your bluff on that.
Oh dear. Well, this is
That's a punch in the face.
well, quite honestly, we were kind of
Oh.
expecting
Ooh.
this to happen. You know,
Yeah.
this type of ridiculous Sherlock.
So,
I forgot where Garenham is.
High spirits is well known for saying agility is a number. Agility should make you faster. Should make you take less damage. Should make you run away better. Should make you not get ambushed as often.
Do you want a hint, Toasty?
Yeah.
It's over by Sherlock.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's south and east of
Oh,
Sherlock.
right. Okay.
That being
Why
said,
don't- go ahead.
they searched the Sparker spots. The race is still valid. So, leave it at that.
Yeah, I saw 2 and searched 2, so
Super valid.
Oh wait, yeah, Garenham is over there, isn't it?
Should be.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right.
All right, I'm going for it. Come on, Blue
Oh.
Dragon.
All right, let's see.
Dragon.
Oh, I got it.
Get-
And that scores me 180.
Not too shabby.
For those of you that don't get it, that if any of you ever watch professional darts, that is what the one announcer dude will say for any time somebody gets 3 red bullseyes in a row. Will be, well, whatever Game Boy just said, 180.
Z, I think we've led Toaster astray by accident.
That's Cantlin. Cantlin and Hawksness are over here.
Oh,
We
oops,
bamboozled him.
oops.
I'm trying to remember where that darn
I
down
need as
that.
many Sherlock dies as I can get here.
The truest commentary curse.
You can at
It's
least
like
tell them.
commentary mouse.
Hey, I just
You
got
can
an
at least
extra
tell
move, or
Garenham.
what some of us call a Kaishin no Ichigeki, which is how our friends in Japan say it. And I like to give a shout out to anybody watching from Japan right now and all around the world.
No, there's
So-
nothing up here.
Someone was asking earlier which one of y'all sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Hi ho there.
Yeah, that would be Z-Man.
One day we'll find it. The rainbow connection.
I mean, I can do a pass.
Oh no, not you again.
Those good
Dreamers
Kermit, Gilder.
and me.
The fantastic Kermit.
Back to the serious stuff. I did reach level 18, and now I finally have enough HP to take on the Dragon Lord. But will I get there? Will I get there?
I mean, that's enough to take on the Dragon Lord, but yeah, I mean, you got to get there first, dude.
Yeah, the problem is the whole bottom floor of Karlak is sponsored by NyQuil.
Sponsored by Unisom.
Thou art still asleep. Oh no, wait a minute, only 2 strikes this time.
So the good news, quote unquote, good news is, when it comes to having sleep cast upon you, is, you're guaranteed to wake up after the 6th turn of sleep.
Oh no, not this again.
And what is it's 50-50 to wake up on every turn, right? Except for the 6th.
Yes, that's correct.
Supposedly. I would argue, but supposedly it's a coin flip.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yay.
Apparently.
Toaster, I know you're looking for Garenham, but what are you looking for Garenham for?
Oh, but the back
The jerk?
No, the jerk's in Tangel.
Right.
By the way, I have this
What?
and that,
Yeah,
and
jerk's
that.
Oh, jeez. It's been so long since I seen him.
Get back, Toasty.
No, I confused the jerk and the staff turn in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been so long since I've seen either of them that I mixed the two up in my head.
Also, very important. When you cash in the harp for the staff, take the staff.
Yeah.
Don't leave it behind
Yeah.
like some people.
Yeah, do not walk out of that cave without it. That's true.
Okay, back to the serious stuff. I have now found, I wandered onto a tile and a blue dragon has popped up. This is, oh, thank you.
That's the safest.
And I
possible
just dealt damage equaling 140. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, you must fight that tile there, or otherwise you will be sent back a tile. Basically, McGrew moved the mini boss in Cantlin into that particular spot, and finally, I get to have a nice little chat.
So whatever you do here, whenever it gets to this point, do not say that you will stand by the Dragon Lord side, because if you do, it's a hard lock. You have to reset the game to your last save, which, given that this is a randomizer, nobody saves. So you're probably killing yourself a half an hour, 45 minutes worth of time.
In this one, we would basically be taking ourselves back to when we turned in the princess.
Yeah,
which is quite a ways as well.
So one of the other memes that is around is whenever somebody gets to the Dragon Lord, it's always make sure you hold B.
Hold B,
because that's the same thing as saying no, because you do not want to say yes to the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, that
I forgot to do that, and I remembered to do it.
Yeah,
remember to push B when he because he does ask to confirm. He does. It's not like saying yes once is.
Is gonna work?
Yeah.
Is that easy?
Yeah, that meme is actually not Sparkover as well. That one is credited Angry Larry. Shout outs to Angry Larry if he's watching.
Alright, so again, Dragon Lord 2. Big beefy, can punch you for a whole lot of damage or breathe fire for a whole lot of damage. The punching is usually preferred.
Yeah, but in my case, it really doesn't matter. I'm heal morning every other round. So basically, I'm looking for 20s, and I am not looking for 10s.
Right. Now, that said, Game Boy entered this fight with plenty of heal mores, so, I mean, this is as free as you can get unless RNG does something monumentally stupid, or you miss menu.
Yeah, that's
I've
why
done both. I've had both happen
so
to me.
have I.
Yeah,
I've
mismenus
accidentally...
Dragon Warrior has a bit of a lag issue sometimes, like especially in caves, like trying to move around bonking. Like the game doesn't always take your inputs on the same press per se, so you're very careful. Especially if you see where you've had hurt more or heal more for a while, and you got hurt more late game, end game, and suddenly there's 2 buttons to press instead of 1 to heal yourself. Get very careful about your muscle memory.
Also, Game Boy, let me know when to hit time on yours if you get past this.
Ah, darn. Sorry to interrupt. I was trying what Mr. Holmes likes to call a swag more. I have a
Oh,
1 in
he-
16 chance of doing that, but I did not do that. I did not succeed.
You didn't do the thing.
Dragonlord has 150 to 165 hit points. I've already dealt 156, so this is gonna do it. There it is. Yay!
Yay. Thou hast found.
Is that time?
No,
Not yet.
No,
I have to actually go back to the king and re-rescue the princess.
What?
Who has
Yeah, time is on the final input when we're talking to the king at the end of the game.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk to the king, and then we blah blah blah.
But
wait.
But now, but wait!
Princess.
I wish to go with you. No, but thou must. No. Ah, no.
But thou must.
Fine.
But thou
Time.
must.
That's it, Skybilz. Time.
But that must.
All right, that is 153.29 for Game Boy F9. Get out your GGs, everyone.
Thus the tale comes to an end.
Ah,
Will the dragons return again?
If I didn't
Good
have
game.
my hand
good
on the
game,
top
Toaster.
button, I'd applaud.
GG. Not finding coal till very late, and I was pretty sure that was the case. It's just I'd never searched that lower left. I never wrapped around down there
Oh.
until very late, and not having armor can make a huge difference.
Yeah, the game is effectively unbeatable without the armor. Like, Dragonlord Breath is no joke. Trying to fight Dragonlord without the armor on is basically just not possible. Without, like, 140 hit points.
Right. Well, but see, here's the thing when it comes to beating the Dragon Lord without the armor, right? So your base HP needs to be 141 or greater, right? Because you need to be able to withstand 2 consecutive Dragon Breaths. Well, if you get 2
No,
consecutive
140
Dragon Breaths, Heal More
need
can
140
only do a maximum of 100 HP.
145 because max that can do is 72.
Oh, I thought it was 70. Right. All right. So 145.
You're also, hamstrung by there's a set range for healing. You
Right.
can't heal more than 100 damage.
Right. So Heal More will only heal 100 damage. So, I mean, if it Dragon Lord breaths you 4 times in a row, well, I mean, you're still back to what?
Then you're Ortega.
80 some HP. Yeah. So yeah.
You die as your grandfather died.
Technically, the Ardrick's armor is not required, technically, but for all intents and purposes, it is a required item.
So I
Okay.
temporarily paused the emulation just to show this little custom screen that McGrew wrote up. So that pretty much was all the credits here.
And McGrew is always hard at work. There should be a new official version coming out because technically speaking, what these guys are playing is an alpha or a beta version of the next release. So
Yeah, McGrew is very good at us giving him dumb ideas and making them happen.
yes,
Yeah,
He's
I know.
Very,
I know Chaos
very
at one
receptive
time.
program.
whose idea was Big Swamp? Was that High Spirits?
I forget.
Oh yeah,
It
pretty
sounds
sure
on
it
brand.
is. Yeah, that was High Spirits.
Yeah, because that if you want dumb mode, turn on Big Swamp.
Thanks for giving me the pyramid rundown earlier.
Yeah, you're welcome. You told me I shouldn't quit my day job. Jesus Christ, you two are just as bad, if not worse.
I'm trying to be good.
Thank you.
Welcome. No, that
We're
was
good,
a
right?
compliment.
Oh yeah, we're plenty good.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Toast's stats again. He's doing the straight HP build. He is stronger. So at 17, he has a power comparable and hit points comparable. The Game Boy had at 18.
Yeah, Toaster could dive at 17 and have a higher chance if he gets through the Red Dragons and the Armored Knights and the Golems. Oh my god.
They've been kind to me so far.
Heck.
Even the Star Weapons is a golem.
The golems have put me to sleep a few times.
Hmm.
But we're also at 85, 90 agility, so hopefully, as long as agility's not just a number.
It is.
Behold the power of math.
Math?
No math.
Too bad.
Oh,
What is the no math emote? Is that Almagus?
Yeah, I think that's all.
yeah, that's no math as an Almagus amount.
Come on, doggo. You're so close. No, never do that. Never heal walk.
Not with golems that can carry sleep. King
They've
of
got
Kings.
baby breath, so it wasn't too bad.
Thou art a fool.
All right. We are
Hey, cool.
we play our non-plus Dragon Lord one.
Oh,
He's very unhappy. He said no to him. He's like, oh man.
there we go. Now I got back attacked,
Oh look, he's a giant dragon. Who would have
but
thought?
I've got a full complement of Healmores, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, despite this being the size of a house, Dragon Lord 2 is the highest agility in the game, so back attack against the beast is pretty common, honestly.
Oh, nope. Forgot max HP is only 102. Oh, that was a bad roll. Still got enough.
You see the little luck there playing factor. A low heal more didn't heal as much as you wanted to, but the attack was actually soft. So still had to be able to attack. There's a chance it could have been a really strong attack and weak heal more and had to double heal in a row.
And so Toasty is closing in on defeating his own Dragon Lord. Do you have any other questions or comments in chat, Sky, that we need to catch up on, or do you have any reads you need to do as we finish up here?
Sure. While we are finishing up, I just want to make sure I get Toast stat done here right for the stream. However, it would be a good time to read some of the announcements. So remember, folks, GDQ Hotfix is brought to you by viewers like you. If you are enjoying the show and all of the other shows on GDQ Hotfix, the best way to support is to subscribe to the GDQ channel. If you have Amazon Prime, remember you do have a free sub if you have not used it yet. Consider using that sub right here to support the show. Few reminders and announcements. Thursday is World War Z on the first step at 7 p.m. Eastern with Kizran and Hobbs. Learning with Liz will be this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, we will have Wild Animal Sports Day here. The 4 runners that will be running this at AGDQ will be running their other games starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. The Frank Vital game submissions are open now until January 14th. Is that time?
Almost.
Almost. Okay.
Please wait.
Please
And
wait.
time.
All right, there we go. And that is 20101. Get your GGs out for Amazing Toaster, folks.
I'm so happy.
Couldn't cut the 2. I'm mad about that armor.
That sprite fusion. That's like Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest princess sprites, because normally she just overlaps 3/4 of your sprite when you're in any orientation but walking directly upwards. But there's a special sprite for her riding the dog.
So again, please give Game Boy F9, Amazing Toaster, the Seawolf one, and Z-Man 050778 a follow, please. I'd very much appreciate that. They are a fantastic team. And again, a special shout out to our commentators, Z-Man and Seawolf. Commentary, especially on this game, seems a little chaotic, and you all were amazing this entire time. So thank you very much for doing that.
That's not chaos.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this isn't as
chaos.
chaotic as some.
Yeah.
If I can intervene real quick, I do want to mention Z-Man is one of our lead commentators in the community. He actually has that role. So him and Ferran Burgundy. So So we're really glad he was able to join us, and we're also glad that Seawolf was able to join us as well. Seawolf has done a lot of commentary for us as well. So,
And on that same note, Game Boy F9 is one of the admins in our community. So, make sure you thank him for all of his hard work. He is one of the ones that work the hardest behind the scenes and in Discord. The Discord link has certainly been posted in the chat many times. If you're interested in learning about this game, I can't stress enough, join the Discord. We are an abnormally friendly bunch. We want to see everybody that joins this community succeed. There's nobody that needs to be the best. We want to see people succeed. We want to see people do well. So please come on in, join the Discord, hang out, have fun, learn this game, play this game, and just have fun with us, because it's a fantastic game to play. You have a bunch of fun, you make a bunch of friends. It's a great community, and I can't say anything more than that. We're just fantastic in our community.
And thanks again to the Dragon Warrior randomizer community as well. And I hear there's other Dragon Warriors. We'll probably have at least one more Dragon Warrior in 2020, if not multiples. And speaking of random number generation, this will conclude our 6th episode already. 6 episodes of random number generation. We will continue in 2020, and I believe the next show, because of a GDQ break, we all know a GDQ is coming up soon. The next episode of random number generation will be on Tuesday, January 21st. And since you all are here for the end, I will give you a preview of it. It will be SMZ3. Yes, the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo rando will be on Tuesday, January 21st, right here on Random Number Generation. You'll have to tune in to see who is racing, but that is the game we will be featuring for that day. And then after January 21st, it will be every other week from that point on, very consistently. And I'll tell you something, we already have everything is booked for the show up until about mid-March or so. So this is a very popular show. I appreciate you all watching on Twitch and YouTube for the massive support I've received for this show. Thank you very much to everyone for doing that. So again, Random Number Generation is a show about communities and their members and the different randomizers associated with that. So again, without these lovely people working behind the scenes of the randomizers, we would not be able to have that show. So shout outs to all of them. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to do a raid. Please stay tuned, folks. We will be right back.